Hello there. One of the places that we feel the most stress is in our workplace. Isn't that crazy? Because we spend so much time in our workplace. So today I'm going to be talking about how to deal with workplace stress through consciousness. So what is it, first of all, that causes our workplace stress? Well, it could be, and definitely this video is for you, if actually you feel like less than a 10 out of 10 of happiness in your job. Is it the wrong job for you? Is it a job you've been doing too long and therefore really you need a new, exposure to something different? Is it that you actually like the job but the people around you, you just can't sort of find a way to not feel stressed around people with different personalities, different styles, different loudness or softness? See, there's so many reasons. Another reason, of course, for feeling stress in the workplace, which is why using and with consciousness, we can overcome it really easily. That's what I'm going to talk to you about in the next sort of 5 to 10 minutes. We can overcome it really easily because we can use being more conscious, using consciousness to overcome it. So yes, one of the other reasons why we get really, really stressed in our work is actually often what's happening at home. Maybe that's true for you today. Maybe you've got a challenge with your children. Maybe you're still homeschooling through the lockdown period. Maybe your relationship isn't where you want to be. Maybe your finances are not where you want them to be. Maybe you've got a business as well between you as a couple. There are so many things that can give you stress. And I could carry on listing, the things that have caused me stress in my life. Overwhelm, taking on too much, trying to be involved in too many things, finding that I've taken on something that I can't meet the deadlines. I can't meet the criteria of the task. So many things that cause us stress. And as I said earlier, this is so sad because we spend such a lot of our time at work. We often leave school or university, go into a job or career, and we're doing that until we're in our 60s or sometimes even longer. So a lot of the time, maybe Monday to Friday, maybe you're not, maybe you're a 24/7 person, a lot of the time, maybe you're traveling with your job. A lot of the time, you'll find that stress happens in the workplace. Now, I've spent quite a long time in this first part of the video talking about the various things that affect it. And the reason why I've done that is because I just feel like if I'm going to assist you today, I need to find the thing that it is that's really stressing you. So let me ask you a question. What do you know you're doing that's stressing you out in your workplace? What do you know you're doing? Think about it just for a second. What kind of state am I in? Am I on a scale of 0 to 10? Am I at a 0? I'm tired in the mornings. I don't feel like going. I'm overwhelmed. I'm just not looking forward to it. I've got relationships at work that aren't working. Or are you 10? I cannot wait to get there. What number are you at? Because the very thing that consciousness gives us is it gives us the ability to be aware of ourselves and our impact on our own stress. So first of all, let's go on a scale of 0 to 10. Most mornings, let's just say, or most times when you go into work, if that's not a morning till evening kind of work, where are you on a scale of 0 to 10? Where's your energy? Where's your state? Because the thing that we need to do first is get ourselves right. Consciousness gives us that. Think about the word. I'm conscious of my own state at all times. Now, secondly, how we can use consciousness to alleviate workplace stress is to think about during the day, what triggers you to feel stress? Do you get there in the morning, you've got the plan for the day, you've might got meetings or work, or maybe you're doing the same task over and over again and you've found ways to have this be a better experience. Maybe there's music, maybe there's people, maybe there's whatever, but something triggers you. That might be your boss That might be somebody's not performing in the way that you want them to do if you are one of the managers. There's so many things that can trigger it, but ask yourself that question. What triggers me into a stressful place? And how can I use what Tony and Nicki are talking about, consciousness, awareness, being super, super, super aware of how we get ourselves into that stress, and therefore understand what we're doing. You'll have heard me say before, what pictures do you make when you're triggered? What do you say to yourself? Do you say, that person always annoys me? And you go, oh, I don't like doing this task. What do you say to yourself over and over again that doesn't help? Now, I want to give you, just before we finish, so we're massively aware of where we are ourselves. We're then massively aware of what triggers us into that extra special stress part. But now I just want to share with you some sort of things we can do when we find ourselves being honest and truthfully in stress. Again, we can feel it in our bodies. We'll feel it in our shoulders. We'll feel it in our tummy a lot of the time. Just feeling that stress. And so what I want to share with you is just one thing. And that is to go inside. And that is to go, I'm stressed. Even if I can't quite see how I've done this to myself, it seems to be something outside of me. What am I going to do right now so that I have a different experience for the rest of my work day? What am I going to do myself? Because if I continue to blame it on others or other situations, nothing's going to change. I'm going to have a stressful day. And guess what? Stress becomes a habit. Stress becomes an anchor in the workplace. I'm in the workplace, I'm stressed. All right? So we have to accept, first of all, that we're doing it, and that when we're actually in the moment of being stressed, we go inside into our inner wisdom, our consciousness, our awareness. And if it is that it's giving us a feeling here in our tummy or in our shoulders, the first thing we need to do is breathe. I know you've heard me say that so many times before, but just to take a nice deep breath in. And aware, and go inside the headache, go inside the shoulder stress, go inside the tummy, go inside the leg, whatever it is in your body, go inside the mind and be conscious of what you're doing. That if you continue to do that, if you continue to hold that stress, if you continue to feel that sickness, if you continue to have that headache, you're going to continue to feel stressed and not going to perform, not going to do what you love doing in work, or even not doing what you perhaps don't love doing. Maybe love's too strong a word for you, but you can continue so that you fulfill your work experience and you perform. You have your performance, you have your, you meet your targets, you meet your goals at work. So by going inside and checking in, and then you might be screaming at the camera, but then what do you do once you're inside? Well, here's the magic of it. Once you take responsibility, once you go inside, once you realize, if you go inside the headache and visualize it leaving, visualize it dissipating. I actually had a headache myself the other day, and I actually went inside and I could feel, you know how sometimes when you feel that like pulsating here, and I just realized that if I felt it diminish, this is the power. This is what Tony talks about when he says mastering the mind. To deal with workplace stress using consciousness means about going inside and actually recognizing that we can have an effect on our own bodies, we can have an effect on our own mind. So I do trust that that's been useful for you today. And I haven't even told you, if this is your first time with us at the 10-10 Moment, I'm Nicki Vee. The 10-10 Movement is Tony and Nicki Vee. And we ask ourselves always that 10 out of 10 question. If 0 is not good and 10 is great, where are you today? So I love that question. Now, if this was the first time you've been on our channel, then please press the subscribe button. and the notification bell so that you can tell when when the 2 videos that we come out a week come out. And if there's something you'd like to say to me or some comment you'd like to make, do pop it in the comments beneath and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So have a wonderful day at work, if this is a work day. And remember, you can always deal with your workplace stress using and with consciousness.